Hi there everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, your fragrance consultant from Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So, I am actually in the bedroom here about to film this big basket of what I have been warming and what I have been enjoying for the past 2 months. Yes, you have heard me correctly. It has been 2 months since we have delved into what I have been using home fragrance wise in this household. I am filming in the bedroom because it is school holidays. The kids are currently in my area where I normally film watching TV. So I've come in here where it's a little bit quieter, a little bit more peaceful, so we can delve into this tub of empties. Now, as I said, time's just got away from me. Life has got in the way. Even though it's 2 months of things, it's still, to me, not my normal amount of what I would normally warm. I still feel like this is a little amount for me and what I warm and what I get through in my typical household. We went away for Easter. We have just had a busy time out of the place the last 2 months. But I do want to get through this because we're in the middle of April now, or we're about to head to the middle of April. A couple of days off the middle of April now. And now's where the weather starts to cool down in here in Bathurst. We start to get the more frosty, cooler mornings, which means I start to transition from my summer scents, and now's typically where I start to warm a little bit of my transition scents and start to migrate into my winter scents. So this is probably what we're about to see is the last hurrah to summer. I'm probably over my summer scents now and reaching more for my warmer winter scents because the weather is starting to get cooler. So let's get through this basket of the last 2 months of what I have been warming. And then we'll probably be in this household focusing more as we head into autumn and winter and bringing out my autumn winter plans. So let's delve into it, shall we? So I will try to go through non-wax products, but it has been 2 months, and so this bin is just jam-packed full of things. I can't even remember what's in this bin. So first thing off the bat, I do know I did in the last 2 months, I think it was even 3 months ago, before the 2 month hit, just before my last empties, I did a party closeout and I brought 3 filters. The reason being I brought 3 filters in that party closeout was that all 3 of my filters needed to change out. So I did replace all 3 filters in my air purifiers. I keep 1 in my bedroom, 1 in the main living area, and 1 in the office area. It is currently where we have air purifiers running in our household. So these, I'm not going to open them because dust will fly everywhere. These are the used filters in the boxes, just to show you that I did change out 3 air purifier filters. Then we went through a pack of cotton cleanups. Typically I go through a large pack and a small pack of cotton cleanups a month. As I said, my warming has been a little bit spasmodic. It hasn't been as per its usual self. So I would have probably had 2 of these in here if it was per usual, but 4 actually. I would have had the 2 smalls than the 2 large, but it looks like I have only consumed 1 pack in 2 months. So that just shows you how much I have pared back on warming the last 2 months because of life being doing other things. It's not to say there's not others. No, I lied. So there's another pack of cotton cleanups. This was from the Whiff box. It only had 5 in it, so I did go through that as well. And we've had some meltage situation in that one by the looks of it. So I think that's all the cotton cleanups that I got through in the last 2 months that I fully emptied. I have since opened others and have been working my way through others, both small and large. Then we had cleaning products. So let's grab out the cleaning products, shall we? I do clean with Scentsy's cleaning products, and most empties you will see a few cleaning products in my stash. So we got through a Berry Sweet Counter Clean. This is not my favorite scent. I know a lot of people really like this. Me, and I think what I don't like about it, or why it's not my favorite, to me it's very artificial lolly berry. And I know a lot of people like that type of artificial lolly type scent. Me, if I'm going to go for a strawberry scent or a berry scent, I like it to smell like the real thing. I like it to smell like the real fruit, as opposed to a artificial lolly type berry. Saying that though, I am sometimes drawn to the more bakery cakey berries or the milkshake berries, which have that milky creamy note. I'm just not typically drawn to the very sugary, sweet, artificial lolly type berries, and that's what I get with Berry Sweet. I enjoyed it for what it was, as I said, but not a me scent. I do prefer something to my nose that smells like the traditional fruit rather than a lolly artificial sweet scent. So for me, there are definitely other cleaning fragrances that I would definitely choose over Berry Sweet. Okay, so I did use up a bathroom cleaner in Sun Drenched Cotton. This is one that I would purchase again in cleaning products, because it is very, and even though I'm not a big laundry fan, that coconut really sweetens out that clean. You still get that clean laundry note, but then you get that sweetness from the coconut. And I think that the combination works really well for cleaning. So this is one I would definitely purchase again in cleaning. So as I said, I do use all the cleaning products. So Counter Clean and Bathroom Cleaner are slightly different. The Bathroom Cleaner does have a foaming agent in it, which does help to remove your soap scum. None of these are antibacterial, but I love working with Scentsy's cleaning products, because when I'm cleaning showers and bathrooms, even though I still do go through the harder items like bleaches and all that type of thing when you're cleaning, because sometimes you just need to do that, I get very nauseous easily and don't really like cleaning with those products very easily. So I tend to save them for the big cleans, and then in between I use these because I can clean quite happily with these without them affecting my sense of smell, my nauseousness, and just wanting me to get out of a bleach filled smelling thing. But as I said, for kids, you still do need to do that in a household, but this is kind of used as my cleans in between a big major bleach clean. And I do go through them quite regularly. Counter Clean, I use for everything. I don't just use for the counters. They're great for quick spill ups, they're great for messy cleanups, all that type of thing. Then I went through one of the coveted dish soaps in Perfect Peppermint. And I do say coveted because dish soap is only available as limited time offers now with Scentsy, and I did actually miss out on picking up the Easter one. I actually completely forgot about it because it was delayed, and when it came out I forgot to pick some up. Saying that though, it was pink lemon water, and pink lemon water I absolutely hated in the wax, so I may not have enjoyed it in the cleaning anyway. But I think that's my last dish soap I had hanging around the house. So that was Perfect Peppermint, just a beautiful toothpastey peppermint smell in dish soap. So that was the cleaning I got through. Okay, so we have some body wipes in Wild Seaside, which I've used up. I do have a few of, I think, the pink pineapple sugar left in the body wipes. These are just great for me personally to keep on hand. I have them hanging around the house for a little sticky fingers with my 6-year-old. He's forever in the fridge, forever getting food out, forever making a mess. They're great to wipe his hands down and that when he's finished. So that's what I have mainly been using the body wipes for. Then we have globes, and more globes. And there's probably even more globes floating at the bottom of this box. Now, I couldn't tell you what warmers they came out of because, as I said, it has been 2 months. So I did replace at least 225-watt globes, and by the looks of it, they originally had blue globes in there. They now have clear globes in there. Then we have more globes. As I said, there's probably more globes floating in the bottom of this box. So by the looks of it, I also replaced out a clear 25-watt globe at some time and a mini globe at some time. Then we have a fragrance flower that I used up, and this was Candy Cane Buttercream. So I'd say I put this out during the Christmas period, because what are we now? April. As I said, this has been 2 months. So this is not April's warming. This is February, March's warming. So I'd say this was out over December, January period. Probably lost its fragrance towards the end of January after I did my last what I have been warming. And I'd say this was out somewhere. Possibly in, because I don't think the kids' bathroom has one at the moment. So I'd say it was out in the kids' bathroom at that stage, which has completely used up. And I don't think I've got around to replacing it yet. Then we have, so I was tidying up the laundry a bit. In summer, I don't use my dryer typically. I try to save on electricity and hang the clothes on the line. But in winter, because we do get heavy frost most mornings, the dryer comes into play and clothes are generally dried throughout the most of winter. So that's when I'm using dryer discs. So these were from last winter. I was just tidying out the laundry area the other day and found these laying around. So these would have been from last winter because, as I said, in summer I'm typically using the line. This is probably the last few weeks where I will be able to use the line, and I will be getting ready to reuse the dryer again probably by the end of this month, I would say, because we are starting to get a few heavy frosts now. So I have 2 what look like water, I think they were water lily and bergamot, and a clothesline which I would have used through last winter. They've got a very slight amount of smell, but they've pretty much done their dash last winter. So Water Lily and Bergamot I would have used when the catalogue got released with this fragrance, and I brought the consultant kit. They didn't offer an early access consultant kit for the new current scent Pearlescent Coast, but it is now available in the catalogue, and I probably will, with the next party closeout, get some Pearlescent Coast laundry to try out and do a review then. And the clothesline, I think I got in a whiff box, or when they brought out the washing sheets, when they brought out the new washing sheets, which are only currently available in Australia in clothesline. So they did a package with that to promote the obviously sheets, and I would have brought that then. So clothesline, typically not my favorite scent, but I don't mind it in laundry because it is just your very classic, clean, strong laundry scent. Okay, so what else do we have in here that isn't wax? While we're going through the rest of the laundry, we do have a small clothesline washer with tub, which I did use up, which I would have brought at the same time as the dry discs and the laundry detergent sheets. So I did have, as you can see, a system going of clothesline. I've probably still got some of the sheets left because it is just a very clean, crisp laundry scent. I do find that they bode well with other fragrances if I'm using other fragrances in the washer whiffs. For me, unless I'm closing out a party now, I will typically only buy, when it comes to laundry, the washer whiffs or the dryer discs, because I just find that that works out a little bit more economically cheaper for me than buying the laundry detergents or the laundry detergent, because I find it's cheaper for me to go to Woolworths or Coles and buy an unscented laundry detergent when they're half price. If I'm closing out a party though, and I've got half price credits or 3 credits, then I do splurge and I do get matching laundry. But if I'm just looking for fragrance and I want to add a layer of fragrance to my clothes, it's the washer whiffs and the dryer discs that do that. It's not the laundry detergent. So why pay a fortune on laundry detergent that I find is not really scenting my clothes when I can utilize that money on the items that are scenting my clothes instead. So, moving on. So this is the case for that flower, which I already showed you. Actually, by the looks of that was actually in my bedroom over Christmas. I just haven't replaced the kids' one at all. So I'm a bit behind with my home fragrance arrangement. As I said, this has been 2 months and it doesn't look like much when it comes to what I have been going through. So it was replaced in my bathroom with berry apple shortbread, and I did pull the Xenia Zen flower to pop in the berry apple shortbread. Whether that was the one that originally came with berry apple shortbread, I don't know, because I just throw all my boxes in together and then I just choose an oil at random and a flower at random, whatever I feel like I'm in the mood when I'm changing out. So I did the berry apple shortbread with a Xenia Zen fragrance style flower. Okay, so now we've got pods and wax. And I've had things fall out here. Okay, this belongs in here. In the laundry, we did completely use up in our wall fan Blue Grotto. I've still got to choose another fragrance because that was kind of when I was cleaning the dry discs out. I pulled this out realizing it had no fragrance left, and I just haven't got around to actually replenishing the fragrance in the laundry. But it did have Blue Grotto going at some stage. In the office, and this is probably ready to actually honestly come out because it's been in there for a few months now, and I haven't been away, been at work, really been using the office area, so I haven't really checked, but it's probably ready to change out. But in the office currently, in my desktop fan thing, table fan, it has Lemon Heaven in it, which is a beautiful lemon cake cookie type scent. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite lemon scents. I'm not a big citrus fan. I keep telling you that, but then you see me pull out all the citrus scents that I really love. And a lot of the time they will be a bakery type lemon scent or something that has a sweet sugary note to it. So while I tell you I don't like the sweet sugary candy scents when it comes to berry, when it comes to lemon scents or citrus scents, I tend to steer in the opposite direction. So that's interesting to note with my nose. Then we had Honeymoon Hideaway, which is currently going here in this room in my bedroom at the moment. As I said, I'm kind of on my last hurrah to summer before we're ready to delve into my more wintry scents. So Cocoa Lime has been used up, and that was in the air purifier in the lounge room. Another citrus scent that I absolutely love. But I do find I am quite drawn to Scentsy's lime scents out of all of their citrus scents. A lot of their lime scents I do fall in love with. This is beautiful, fresh, zesty, bright limes straight off the tree with just a little hint of sweetness from that coconut milk. It is also, as well as being fantastic by itself, mix it with a fruity scent. You've got this fantastic tropical, zesty, bright, fruity scent. Mix it with something like vanilla-based scents. You get creamy vanilla and lime. It goes well with a lot of things, and I do mix it with a lot of things. I absolutely love it with vanilla bean buttercream. I love it with hibiscus water. I love it with pina colada cha-cha. So I do find, while I love it by itself, this is such a versatile scent when it does come to mixing as well. In the bedroom, in the purifier, before Honeymoon Hideaway, I did have Vanilla Amber going in here, and this is just a beautiful, sophisticated, perfumey vanilla and amber scent. There is a perfuming note about it, but it does also have this beautiful, deep richness with it. And I do have Ocean Air and Coconut Water somewhere in one of my devices. I'm thinking it might be in the purifier in the office area, because I didn't write down, or I did, but it's rubbed off. So I'd have to hunt down where the actual pods are, but I'm thinking it's in one of the main living areas when I was at one stage. Do I have Ocean Air and Coconut Water in here? I think it was in my last empties, but we were going through the height of summer, and this is one of the scents I do like to warm through the height of summer, because it's one of those scents that is sweet, it is tropical, but it also makes the air feel cool with that ocean air, anic air type smell. So I do have that in one of the fan devices, summer wear. So now we can move on to some wax. So I did finish up my brick of tropical coconut nectar. So I did get through, I think, I had an aim to get through 5 bricks. Didn't happen. But I did get through 2 full bricks this summer. So I did actually work on some bricks, which I am very proud of. I think over winter I was very lazy and my bricks just got put to the side. I might have worked on some, but I never got through any of them. But I did actually get through 2 summer bricks, and one of them was tropical coconut nectar, and this is now part of our annual catalogue. So although it's probably not a scent I would warm in now in autumn winter, but it's definitely one I really, really do enjoy in summer, because it's this beautiful, now I know it's pineapple, but it almost gives me peachy vibes, and I know it's pineapple mango type. It's actually mango, I think, from memory, but it does give me this beautiful tropical sweet, and it is nectary but slightly body carry with that sweetness, but the fruit in here still smells juicy. It's just summer all over. Luxury, summer, resort, islandy, tropical. It's what you want summer to smell like. So I did get through that brick, and it is available all year round. So I can still pick it up. I wasn't too sad to get through that brick because I can still pick it up in bar form for a full 12 months. And if they do decide they're going to discontinue it in 12 months in favour of something else, I will pick up a bunch of these bars to last me through next summer, because this has been coming for the last 2 years, probably one of my go-to favourite summer scents to warm in the main living area. Okay, so in the bedroom currently with Honeymoon Hideaway, I do have North Shore going. So this was from an older Bring Back My Bar. It's got kiwi fruit. It's, to me, a very perfumey but tart scent at the same time, if that makes sense. Tropical, perfumey and tart would be what I would describe this as. I do enjoy it. Would I pick up more if I saw it come on sale or something like that? I may pick up 1 or 2, but it's not one that I would need a bunch of. There are other similar scent profiles which I gravitate more towards my nose that are a little bit sweeter. I think it's that tartness that probably stops me from enjoying it as much as I would other times, but it is one that I would still enjoy and maybe pick up 1 or 2 of, just not one that I feel like I'd need a big stash of. So Mist and Magnolia. This is the current scent of the month for this month. I had this going in my bathroom, the laundry, and the kids' bathroom. Again, another one of those scents I'll take for what it is, but I don't need to buy a bunch of. Probably not a repurchase for me. only because I've got 8 bars as well, but from the Scent of the Month kit. And I won't have a full 8 bars by the time I get samples out and all that stuff. But again, there are other scents with this type of profile, like Ocean Air and Coconut Water, that I would purchase any day over this. This has that very salty sea smell that you get, that salty sea air smell. And then it's got the powderiness from the florals of the magnolia. It is perfect for me for something like a laundry, something like a bathroom where I warmed it. And that's probably where I will warm these bars and enjoy them, because you pop them in those areas and it makes those areas smell fresh and clean. And that salty sea air kind of gives it that uplifting vibrancy. So you're going to walk into those areas and the place is just going to smell fresh and clean and vibrant and inviting. So it works very well for those areas. And it is, to me, one of those profiles that I know Scentsy are kind of bringing into their new branding with the fresh, the clean, the vibrant, because to me it's aesthetically pleasing no matter where you go, but it's not overwhelmingly complicated, it's not overwhelmingly different. So I think it suits a profile for a lot of people, but I just feel like they've done other fragrances that have been better. And give me a good bakery any day. Not that you would warm them in a bathroom or a bedroom, for me anyway. I am very seasonal, I'm very zonal. Some people are not like that. Some people are very moodal. They will warm what they want, where they want, and that's brilliant. That's them. To me, I'm very zonal. As I said, I'm very seasonal. So for me, I don't know that I'd warm this anywhere other than a laundry or a bathroom scent. People that really like this scent, I could see them warming it throughout the whole house. I can see this going very well if you like fresh, if you like clean, if you like vibrant with a little bit of floral, because it does have that powdery note to it. But then it's got that sharpness from the salty sea air, which brings it back to being clean and fresh and almost citrusy, zesty like. So I can see this going very well. For me, though, as I said, I like it, but I'm not in love with it. Okay, so moving on. I'm guessing this was in the bathroom and laundry area too. As I said, it's been 2 months. Coastal Rain Cove. So this was from the Petals and Puddles collection, I believe. Maybe. Going back. So I did use that up. Again, it's kind of like on the lines of Mist and Magnolia. I enjoyed them. They're the type of scents I warm in your laundry, your bathroom scents, because it makes those areas smell fresh and clean and vibrant. And they're the type of scents I do like to warm in those zones. But I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase a heap of those scents, because I do have access to quite a few of them from Scent of the Month kits or from new collections that I get into reviews. So I don't feel the need to go out and buy more, because they're not scents that I myself personally fall head over heels in love with. Okay, so this was in the main living area. So I did a combination of toasted marshmallow and bonfire beach. I absolutely adore this combination, and I always like to have a few bars of each on hand just so I can do this combination. For me, I have to be in the mood for it though. I don't do it much, but when I do it, I absolutely love this combination. And it has to be the right time of year for me, because to me, I call this one of my transitional senses. And I think because we're going into another season, I may even do a video on what I would call my transitional senses would be as we transition from one season to another. That might be a fun video to do. So I will have to pull together some sense and do my top favorites. So for me, as I said, I call this one of my transitional seasons, where it's not too, you're not in the mood for summer, you're not in the mood for winter, but you want something in between. This is a perfect combination because it's got the smokiness from the marsh and the smoky sense from the bonfire in the bonfire beach, the toasted scent and the toasted scent in the marshmallow. And then you've got the fresh, salty sea air in the bonfire beach. This is masculine without being masculine. You do get that masculinity about it, but you also get the sweet caramelization of the toasted note. You get the smokiness and you get that fresh wateriness. And then, oh my God, toasted marshmallow. It's just roasted marshmallow, gooey and toasty on a campfire. This is a beautiful, beautiful combo. I really, really enjoy that combination. So that was in the main living area. So now this was also in the main living area. Normally in the main living area, I will do 2 bars, but I did 1 bar for 2 reasons. A, because it was a scent of the month and I wanted to test it out strength-wise by itself to see how it would hold up, whether it was an open concept, because I was warming it in an open concept area. I wanted to test its strength-wise out in an open concept area by itself with just 1 bar to give a, I guess, better performance review. And on cold, I don't know, I felt that it would be enough, if that makes sense. And it was. If you like Fearless by Nature, so this was the scent of the month from March. I feel like it was March. Clover and Blooms being something that sounds St. Patrick's Day. It was the scent of the month a couple of months back anyway. January, February, March. Was it last month's scent of the month? I feel like it was last month's scent of the month. I'll have to double check. I may write it up above here and tell you when it was. As I said, life's got in the way. I've got behind in some of my reviews. So if you love Fearless by Nature, you're going to love this. But this is better performing to me than Fearless by Nature. And it's a little bit sweeter, but a little bit soapier at the same time. Fearless by Nature has more of the grassy wildflower notes, whereas this has got a little bit of a sweetness and a soapiness about it. But it performed really, really well in the open concept area with the 1 bar. As I said, normally I would do 2 bars. If I did 2 bars, I would probably still be okay with 2 bars. I don't think it would get too much stronger. but I think the longevity would spread out more if I did 2 bars, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It just gave us this sweet, fresh, clean smell in the area where I just wanted something to reset that zone and restart over, and I found that this was the perfect scent for that. This would definitely be a reuse for me. It would be definitely something, but I then enjoy Fearless by Nature too. But it's also one, I think, like Fearless by Nature and like Bonfire Beach and Toasted Marshmallow, it's one of those scents I need to be in the mood to warm before I warm them. Okay, so I just found another dry disc. I don't think it's clothesline. It smells like it might have been fluffy fleece from winter. So we went through 4 dry discs in winter. Then we have, okay, and here it is, the Ocean Air and Coconut Water, 2 bars of them, which I did warm in the last 2 months. So that pod that I couldn't read where it came from, that pod would have been the air purifier in the lounge room when I pulled out my beloved Ocean Air and Coconut Water to warm in that area. As I said before, Ocean Air and Coconut Water is one of my go-to summer scents over the spring-summer period. You get sweet oceanic air. It's not too salty because that coconut, and it's almost a coconut oil to me, or the coconut meat that comes through. And there is something I feel like a little bit floral. It's just the perfect island tropical getaway coconut smell. It is one of my favorite, I guess you could say, coconut smells when it comes to coconut smells. And one that when I run out of my bars, I'm going to be a sad chap, because like Tropical Coconut Nectar, this has become one of my go-to summer scents for the main living areas. I could quite happily alternate between these 2 scents quite happily all summer and have my lounge room smell like a tropical coconut getaway all summer. So, moving on. Pacific Sandalwood. I would have done this in the bedroom area. I know if my eldest son gets my hand on this, he likes to put it in the open concept area, but I prefer it in the bedroom area. I get better performance in smaller areas with this. It's a beautiful, creamy, I call it a caramel, but there's no caramel notes in here, but I get this sweet caramelly sandalwood when I'm warming this to my nose, and with a base of a masculine woodsiness. Absolutely adore it. And it is one that I am very, very pleased that they chose to put it in our annual catalogue so I can get it all year round. But I did pick up a stash before they announced what was going to be in our annual catalogue of this, just in case they decided they were going to ditch it and get rid of it from us, because this is one set I cannot be without. So I did pick up like a stash. I picked up, I think, like 7 or 8 of them. So I won't need to purchase from the annual catalogue for a while, but if I ever get word this is leaving the catalogue, I will be buying this by the truckload, because we unfortunately don't always get my bar here in Australia anymore. So if there's a scent I love, I'm going to truckload buy it now. Then we have another one that is in our current annual cocoa catalogue, Cocoa Cashmere. This is another one I'd probably pick up, which I've already got a stash of, but I would probably pick up more of if next year they change the annual catalogue around and get rid of it, because this is just a beautiful, sophisticated chocolate perfumey scent. If you loved Love Story, this to me is less amber forward than that. Love Story was chocolate and heavy, heady amber. This is a little bit less amber than that. It's a little bit more woodsy with the chocolate, but they could be close, distant relations. And for me, this is a perfect all year round bedroom scent. So for me, that did make sense that they did pop it in the annual catalogue. I personally would probably warm it closer to winter than I would in spring, summer, but it is very versatile and it can be warmed all year round. Then we have, and I'm surprised there's only one in here, because I would have warmed this in the kitchen area, in the open living concept area, and I don't know why I only have one. I honestly do not know why I only have one in there, but I have one Lonely Banana Nut Bread, and it could be that I was trying to spread out what I have left of my banana nut bread. I may not have many banana nut bread left, but this is one that on cold I don't get banana nut bread, but when it's warming it comes alive and you get the rich banana nut bread, you get the spices, you get the banana. On cold the banana smells almost candy-like, but it does really develop on warming, and it is one of my favorite bakery scents that is not over cloyingly, which is probably why I was warming it this time of year. So it's perfect to warm during the summer when you're looking for a good bakery during summer. Okay, by the looks of that and toasted marshmallow, which is surprising to me because normally my basket is full of bakery. Bakery is my go-to. But I definitely, as you could see, the last 2 months kind of was my last hurrah to summer. I was definitely feeling the tropical aquatic vibes because toasted marshmallow and banana nut bread seem to be my only bakery in this basket, where normally it's jam-packed full of all the bakery. Okay, so we're down to the last two. Island Bloom. I can't even remember where I warmed this, but it is a beautiful fruity floral scent. But what I get most about this is the melon scent, the watermelon scent. It is sweet, it is juicy, and then you've got that tropical florals on the back end note. Absolutely love this. This actually, to me, can go head to head to me with watermelon tangerine, which has forever been my favorite watermelon scent. But this almost goes head to head with me, and if one or the other were in it, and they didn't put any in our annual catalogue, they got rid of both of them. But if one or the other were in our annual catalogue, I'd be quite happy not to have the other, but they didn't put any in, so I think I'm stuck. I think I've got 2 left of these, and I don't even know if I've got any watermelon tangerine left except for maybe some testers. So I typically go through at least one watermelon scent over a period of summer, and Island Bloom was my choice this summer. Then we had, I think this was February. So if this was March's, this must have been April's was the current one, Mist and Magnolia. So this must have been February scent of the month. Blushing Blooms and Silk. So this is Peony, Lemon Zest and Musk. To me, it's a beautiful body care floral. I enjoyed it in the bedroom, and this is probably the only place I would warm it because it is very body care. It does have that musky, soft note about it, which makes it perfect. It's very, very pretty. It is very, very pretty. But again, here's my thing. It's very much fitting in with Scentsy's new branding and what they're trying to do. It's universally pleasing. Like your Mr. Magnolia. Very universally pleasing. It's very on trend with all the scent notes. I'm just missing, I'm just missing the juicy, fruity scents that they used to do. I'm missing the rich gourmand scents they used to do. We're seeing these come through in collections time and time. And they're nice. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of missing some of the older school scents at the moment. This is one that I will enjoy in the bedroom. I would reach for again, but I think I've got enough in my scent of the month kit that I wouldn't want to go out and purchase more because I've got enough, and I just love the scents that smell like the real fruit as opposed to body care. I do enjoy a body care scent for the bedroom occasionally, but don't get rid of all of those type of scents. Still keep some of those scents. Don't just keep towards the fresh clean. Don't just keep towards the body care scent that's just universally pleasing. Keep some of the old as well for us traditional people. That's what I have been warming. That's what I have been getting through. And definitely keep some gourmand ooey bakery scents because that's just where my heart lies. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed what I have been warming and what I got through the last 2 months. As I said, it doesn't seem like a lot, and this to me would be closer to probably what I get through in half a month. But as I said, life has been lifing, and we've been out, I've been at work. I got into a melting routine and then I got out of it again. I need to get back into it again. I've just been coming home and I just haven't been feeling the vibe to want to do anything, to be honest. So I need to get back into that vibe because melting is where my happy place is, and I've just been busy doing everything else. So hopefully now we're coming into winter, I can set a melting plan and get into all my winter things. So stay tuned because I think I might do a video, do a little series on my favourite scents for different seasons. And because we are autumn, we are transitioning now into winter here in Australia where it's starting to get colder, I might do my top transition scents, what I like to warm, where I'm not in the mood for summer scents anymore, but I'm not quite feeling the mood for winter scents just yet either. It's where I'll reach for my transition scents, like my Bonfire Beach and my Toasted Marshmallow, scents like that. So I might do my top transition scents for an upcoming video. So until then, stay tuned, and next time, stay safe, and bye for now.